All right. Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Carol, and welcome to my YouTube channel, The Cosmic Weaver Consulting. And tonight, again, my third reading this evening, um, I will be doing a reading on the overall energy for the month of January 2021. Um, so before we just get started here, I just want to say I've done readings for over 25 years. If you have enjoyed my videos, please click like and subscribe. If you are interested in booking a reading with me, you can contact me on www.theweaverstarot.com. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm asking my angels and guides, what do we need to know for the overall month? What do we need to know? What do we need to know for the overall energy for the month of January? So, connecting with my center, I'm asking for guidance from my spirit guides, and my angels, my ancestors. What do we need to know for the January of 2021? Okay, so here we go. I'm thankful to you, Spirit, for giving me guidance and providing information, letting us know what we need to know for the month of January. I'm going to give the cards a good shuffle. Here we go. Okay, so that's it. Alright, I sort of gave the cards a shuffle before I began this video. And here we go. Alright, and here we go. Let's begin. Alright, so alright. Alrighty now, okay, I'm going to just turn this one up right because it just feels more appropriate. Okay. Wow. Well, okay. This is very interesting. So the first card is a significator card, and it's represented by the Empress. I don't know if you can see it. I got to work on my lighting situation. And she's sitting in a reflective pose. It's a woman sitting in a reflective pose, and she sort of has her attention towards the moon. And she has a swan on one side of her, and she has a shield on the other side of her, and she has a lotus up on her heart. So it is as if, and she's crowned, interestingly enough, like with the globe of the earth, and then there's sort of like this cross above it. So it's definitely representing a sense of newness, a sense of new birth. That's what the Empress is about, and how to bring forward a new vision, a new dream. and she's holding the lotus to her heart. Like, this is like, seriously, like, we are in the middle of a quest, and we're looking, and we're opening our vision, and we are asking for guidance from even a place we don't understand. And you have to understand, I'm explaining it from more like a collective level. And it's like the shield on one hand, this need to self-protect, but on the other hand, the swan is represented, it represents grace and beauty. And yet I sort of feel from this card, the crown energy, it's really about, okay, I want to be receptive, but I'm having a sort of a challenge in maintaining cognitive attachments, cognitive viewpoints, cognitive belief systems. And I'm kind of trying to open up this crown to receive a new perspective, basically. And seriously looking for wisdom. And so this is what this card is about, collectively. The fact that the Empress is, the swan really stands out in the Empress card. So it's like, really needing to cling unto this sense of grace and beauty wherever we can find it, wherever it is in our environment, and just be with that. Because there's really nothing else to do after what's happened in the first week of January. It's really going to be kind of like, there's no other place to go. Home is where the heart is, and there's just nowhere else to go, in a sense, if that makes sense. At the same time, I started feeling the Empress card, she's represented by magenta in her torso, and then there's this like spring green from her hips down. So it's embodying a new energy and then working it on the earth level in a healing kind of way is what I really see in this card. It's very significant. It's the number 3 in the major arcana deck. And so 3 is a very powerful number. It represents the Trinity, the Father, the Holy Ghost, and Jesus. So you really have, you have the male and female energy, the cosmic feminine and masculine, and, blending divinely and creating a new energy, a new way of being, is what I see in this card. Then it's like, on top of that, the bridge across is the Prince of Discs, which is, very interesting, because it really is about making the first steps into our new year. And it's going to take us a little while, but we're going to do it because it's a very powerful card. If you want to get a card about action and movement, this is the best card you can get. The Prince of Discs. It's ruled by Taurus, and any projects undertaken under the energy of Taurus is very well balanced, and it is very thorough and very grounded. So, however this energy is affecting us mentally, cognitively, emotionally, spiritually, it's really going to have an interesting effect on us getting really down to earth and being really clear about our goals and our dreams and our visions, and really relying on our own energy to move forward in a very practical way. As strong as these Aquarian energies are, on the other side of it is we're going to find new, assured methods of moving along in our life that we're going to be feeling really satisfied with. Even early on in the year, we're really going to understand what it means to live as an individual and serve that collective, and what service really means, without compromising your sense of self, if that makes sense. And this is a really good combination energy to get these two cards. It's really about work, because that's at the basis of the situation. So it's the Nine of Discs, is gain. Again, this card is ruled by Tauran energy, Taurus. It's very earthy. It is really about getting down to it. Whatever these, even many projects that we have, to keep us centered and focused and grounded, and moving forward. And really, on another level, what I really feel like is, seriously, I think that there is going to be a new economic movement that's going to be felt immediately, where we, early on in the year, are going to feel like there's an equilibrium in exchanges of energy. And for once in our life, we may even feel like things are fair. We're not even sure how, but that's the result. We're not going to understand it cognitively. I'm listening to myself and it really don't make sense here, but that's how I'm feeling. Okay. So in the immediate past, the Ace of Cups. So to me, I think this is a direct reference to the Aquarian age. It reminds me of the Aquarian age, because you have the cauldron, or you used to call it the cup of Jesus, and it's being filled with the Holy Spirit. It's a whole new energy, And if you look at it closely, you can see the lotus at the bottom of the cup. You sort of see the web of life all around the cup. So what I'm suggesting is there are huge percussion and repercussions of this new energy and this new Aquarian age that we're going to feel and continue to feel. The most that we can expect, it's kind of odd, this is really interesting. So at the bottom of this reading, I get the Nine of Discs, and I get the Prince of Discs. But above, we get the Eight of Cups, which is about indolence. Kind of an interesting contrast. So what I feel about this card, I think this relates more to how we define ourselves with the work that we do. And some of us are ready for this and some of us aren't. Some of us are going to know this right away, that the works that we do have immediate gratification, grace and beauty about it. For some other of us, it may feel strange and uncomfortable. And it's not necessarily a bad card, But I really do feel like this is more like how some people might perceive the energy right now. It's like, we evolve at different rates. And some of us are more prepared for this Aquarian age than other people. And even these people that, I don't know how to say it, are uncomfortable are still going to be looking on the horizon in a hopeful manner. Um, you know, it's not so much a financial issue because I feel like everybody's going to be okay. I just feel like, I think this indolence, this feeling of indolence has more to do with how people relate to what they do or don't do, or how they think or don't think. And when we're having to change our perspective or change the way we think or change the way what our belief systems are around our sense of work and work ethics, and um, it might, for some people, produce a feeling of what's the point? That's indolence. Or having to find another way to be self-driven, driven from your essence, not being driven from external forces. Like, okay, I'm going to go to work, do my job because it gives me a paycheck. Some of us are maybe doing that, but we're going to feel different about that and not even know why. So I'm going to work to get a paycheck to pay my bills. And this Aquarian age isn't going to support that kind of movement in process. It's not going to. Because that's the first thing that we're going to feel is this indolence. And I wonder why we're feeling like it. Because we were okay with it for months and years. And now I'm like having a identity crisis over it. That's what this card is about. So some of us may be experiencing that. And that's why relationships are going to be really important. And that we have to be there for each other to process the emotional repercussions of these cosmic downloads that we've been getting over the last few weeks and months. Okay? And it's kind of a big deal, and I'll come to that in a second, why that is a big deal. The near future, this is the Knight of Cups, the King of Cups. And I hate to bring it up again, but there's going to be a lot of energy focused on Trump for the month of January. I'm tired of bringing it up. I've just had it. But one more time, what's coming out is just going to probably knock people over. They're not going to believe this is the kind of effect this is going to have. The people that have supported Trump over the last 4 years and really believe in him are going to think differently about him and wonder who he really is. The people that were really against Trump are going to look at him and notice things and qualities and certain things that they've not seen before. And that's just going to create all kinds of dissonance and confusion. It's the best way I could put it. How do I put this? In the Bible there's a lot of references to Lucifer. But it also says in the Bible, in Genesis, that Lucifer was the first angel who created the earth with God. And that he came into existence even before Michael. Somewhere in Genesis it says something about that. It just sounds crazy. Okay. This whole thing with Trump is kind of the same thing. How can God operate through a narcissist? I'm just going to say it like that. But believe me, God can operate through a narcissist and bring about good. That's one of the things that we're going to see through this Aquarian age. In all the thousand and mysterious thousand ways that the mystery operates through to bring about the highest good. It's not even about the person. It really isn't. It's just about the energies. So, that's all I can say about that. I mean, this is really hard to wrap your mind around. Sometimes and some days it's the same way for me. This is on an individual, collective level, what some of us may be feeling through the month of January. Hermits. We're all going to be like a bunch of hermits that don't even know how to talk about this stuff. You know, our next door neighbor, we talk about political parties and we talk about this and that and everything under the sky. Well, there are going to be some subjects that we simply don't know what to say. There's just something about all this and this cognitive dissonance that's going to make us turn inside, going to make us feel very insecure. And it's very important to take care of yourself in this month of January. Spend lots of time alone, nurturing yourself, eating good meals, taking nice long baths, salt baths, watching your favorite show on TV. I mean, whatever it takes to nurture yourself. Because right back to the Empress. This is a very strong energy. This is what we have to embody. Okay. This is really the challenge, okay, to balance these energies. But really the only way we can do that is really by self-nurturing. And just be okay with yesterday, I thought I had it all figured out. Today I don't know crap. I mean, I don't know what to think about what comes out on TV, what we read in the newspaper, whatever, you know. I mean, that's a feeling that a lot of us are going to feel. Okay. But in the environment, is represented by the Knight of Swords. So I really see this as information pouring forth through, I can't even say how, but information that's going to clarify what's been going on for the last couple of weeks as we move through January. A lot of things are going to start making sense. Okay? Things in ways we wouldn't even expect. Okay? Because we have here the Six of Discs. And if you read the bottom of it, it says success. We are going to feel successful. But I think this is more towards the middle of January, moving towards the end of January. We're going to feel a lot better. We're going to feel more balanced emotionally, mentally. And by the time you get to the end of January, we're going to start feeling like everything's okay. It's really just like every little thing is going to be all right, you know, Bob Marley. That's really the feeling I get in this card. In the 11, this is the 11, the less card. And so a lot of good things coming pretty quickly, actually, after January. So by the time we get to the end of January, we're going to be feeling a lot better. Okay, so we just got to hang in there for a few weeks. So let me pull a couple of sacred geometry cards about the outcome card to get a little more clarity on that. So Spirit, let's get some more clarity on the outcome card. It's also ruled by Leo, this lust card. So a lot of Leo energy in it. Okay. So, all right. There we go. Oh, that's interesting. So the two cards that surround the outcome card, the lust card, is the seed of life. It looks like the flower of life is pretty cool. Represented by the number 33. And when you add 3 and 3, it's 6. And that's a very feminine number. So, in the fact that this is a Leo card, I don't know, I think at the end of January we're just going to be enjoying our homes, enjoying our relationships, you know, and feeling a lot more balanced and calm. The other card you get is the Vitro Man. It's Leonardo's Virtuous Man. So, to me, that is really about, there's a lot of symbolism attached to this. It's the as above, so below. It really refers to who and what we are meant to be through all these millenniums, moving into the fifth dimension and truly embodying, encompassing who we really are in a much more dynamic way, and the way that God had intended. There, it just kind of brings up lots of kinds of stuff for me, like information that was put out by Drumbalo Melchizedek about the fifth dimension, and about how through the eons mystery schools have tried to achieve or create temples to create that vibrational, dimensional fifth dimension, and that we have not been successful. Well, we're being successful. It's happening. And I really feel that this is what the virtuous, I'm not saying that right, virtuous man is about. It's about an embodiment of who we really are, that God and God has intended us to be, in the way that we serve self through serving others, but we have to balance that, because it really is about honoring the individual and serving the community through our best expression. And that's how I see this card. So I think it's so appropriate for this lust card is represented by this Leo card right here. It is a feminine figure riding the back of a lion, and she's like holding this womb, you know, of energy that is a connection between the earth and the sky. It's pretty cool. I don't know how well you can see that. Okay. So, that's it for my reading on the overall energy of the month of January for January 2021. Thank you for watching, and namaste.